find the right category for Trovo to have up and stuff, so it's like all over the place.
Alright.
Yeah. It's like, you know?
Right.
Roxas did have to go somewhere. He was just on a couple minutes ago with me, but he had to go somewhere with his mom, his stepmom, and stuff.
That's fine.
So it's like, all over the place. So it's like, hello. You okay, my friend?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to be sure. But yeah. What I got to do last night was actually pretty fun. This game was actually pretty cool. And it's a calming game, so it's like, I'm gonna play this first, and then just like, the category that I'm using is for Trovo is like Call of Duty and stuff, but I couldn't find the actual thing for like just people that want to chat and shit. Trovo needs to have that nowadays. But this game is calming. It's a mobile app game called Just Play, or a mobile app area where you can play on this and earn coins, and you can actually earn cash. Grizz actually saw this, haven't you, Grizz?
Yep.
And for those who are just tuning in, the Fox and Grizz podcast has finally made a Twitch channel. For those who have not noticed that why we have been very busy around the 8 o'clock mark. Around the 8:30, 9 o'clock mark. So.
Wait, I'm sorry, are you that girl from the Misplay ads? Yeah, the one where you download the app and earn free gift cards? Yeah, that's me.
Yep. So, I got to, see how I do on this game platform. But it's really fun and entertaining. But there is ads in the app, but that's how it does, that's how it is, that's how it always will go and always will be. But, for those who are not fully aware on this, there's a lot of games out there that say they earn you cash, but don't do it. And Grizz and I had that perspective once, because there's a lot of scammers out there like do that shit. Grizz can confirm that my old Facebook account was hacked before I legally got it back by the dude didn't know. Huh?
Please, it's true. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's fucking true.
What? What?
O'Leary. And one of the things that's really bothering me about Mr. Wonderful is that he's acting as if he lost money on FTX because he lost $15 million. Well, what Kevin O'Leary doesn't like to acknowledge is the fact that the money he lost was the money he was paid by Sam Bankman-Fried to pump FTX.
Schiff has questioned why the U.S. government moved to charge FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried a day before he was due to testify before Congress. What happened? Schiff. from a tactical perspective, I don't understand why the U.S. government didn't wait until after Bankman-Fried testified under oath before Congress tomorrow before charging him with a crime. Many of the Twitter followers who responded to his comments believe that he was arrested so as to prevent him from testifying. This is what one of them had to say, buddy, you are obviously not paying attention. He was arrested to make sure he didn't testify. Another responded, exactly. It was strategically coordinated to keep him quiet and make it look like justice was served, a common card to play in the playbook. According to another Twitter respondent, the people in charge didn't want him talking to Congress. He would expose all of them, so they had him arrested. Now he will be abstained. Listen to another interesting response, easy. It was to protect all the corrupt members of Congress who colluded with SBF and took stolen funds as campaign donations for incriminating themselves. Isn't this blatantly obvious even for you? Peter Schiff, in a recent appearance on NTD report, talked about the collapse of FTX, saying ultimately it was the Federal Reserve's fault. And it is a warning sign for the broader economy. Some people have expressed sympathy for Bankman-Fried, saying his Navy got him in trouble, and that he wasn't intentionally trying to defraud people. Peter said he doesn't know whether Bankman-Fried's actions were criminal or just the result of gross incompetence and negligence. But you would think some of these hedge fund managers who invested with him would have done a little bit of due diligence. But this just shows you the way investors will act when they're drunk on cheap money. So I would blame the Federal Reserve for a lot of people acting as foolishly as they did. Because maybe he was a kid, but there were a lot of grown-ups who were giving him money. Peter Schiff specifically targeted Kevin O'Leary, who he accused of lying about losing money in FTX, because he didn't lose any money due to the fact that he received $15 million from FTX to promote them. Before we listen to Peter Schiff, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Good. That old fuck needs to go to jail.
You Sam Bankman-Fried earlier, because I think I would have ferreted out the fraud pretty quickly, just like I did with Celsius. I just had one debate with Nishinsky, and I immediately knew he was running a Ponzi, and I called him out during the debate. And this operation was similar in that they were paying yield on crypto. How could you do that? Cryptos don't generate yield. The only way to generate yield is to take tremendous risk, which is exactly what he did. Except the people who were depositing their crypto didn't appreciate the risk that was being taken. Of course, they were taking a lot of risk themselves, just owning crypto, because all these currencies are basically worthless. They're not even really currencies. They're collectible tokens. But pretty soon, nobody is going to want a Bitcoin collection or any of these collections.
Right.
I don't like Bitcoin.
It was criminal or just, gross incompetence and negligence. I don't really have enough information, but he was a young kid. I mean, he just turned 30. But, you would think that some of these hedge fund managers that invested with him would have done a little bit of due diligence. But this just shows you the way investors will act when they're drunk on cheap money. So I would blame the Federal Reserve for a lot of people acting as foolishly as they did, because maybe he was a kid, but there were a lot of people that were giving him money.
One of the people touting the hardest for more regulation in crypto is Kevin O'Leary. And one of the things that's really
The guy from fucking Shark Tank. Not a goddamn shark. Shock.
on FTX because he lost $15 million. Well, what Kevin O'Leary doesn't like to acknowledge is the fact that the money he lost was the money he was paid by Sam Bankman-Fried to pump FTX. Yes, he took the money that he was paid and used it to buy FTX tokens and to invest in FTX, the company. But he wasn't investing his own money. He was gambling with the house's money. Or more correctly, he was gambling with the money that Sam Bankman-Fried stole from his customers and gave to Kevin O'Leary to promote FTX. Now, according to Kevin O'Leary, he didn't even invest the entire $15 million that he got from Sam Bankman-Fried. He only invested about $10 million, so he was able to keep $5 million, but he ended up having to pay that in commissions and taxes on the $15 million of income that he earned to be a promoter of FTX. But for him to be going out there now and pretending that he actually lost money, he lost nothing other than his reputation. But other people...
Oh, is that why your little fucking butt hurt?
Who's butthurt?
I'm sorry, guy from Shark Tank. Let me get you a pillow and a blanket. You dumb motherfucker! How do you lose money? You're the richest motherfucker out there. So tell me, how do you lose money?
That's my question. How the hell do you lose money?
How do you lose money when you're the richest fucking person ever and you do Shark Tank? So don't sit there and tell me, oh, I got robbed when you clearly didn't. You're pissed because of the $15 million that you received got taken from your account. That's why you're pissed.
Of the fact that you had to pay that shit back.
Huh?
You know what they call that? They call it a loan. I bet he never had a loan in his goddamn life. Because if he's that butthurt over a stinking loan, then he'll be butthurt for the rest of his life.
Because the FTX.
I'm gonna try to do this for 12 hours or so. While we're doing the podcast tonight on my Twitch.
This might shock you, but I haven't paid for an Amazon order since I downloaded this app. I've gotten headphones, a Fire Stick, even a water bottle. All I did was play games on my phone. Here, let me show you how. Go download Misplay today from the Play Store, play games, earn gift cards.
Like Sam Bankman-Fried, and these people are a lot less wealthy than Kevin O'Leary. They took their hard-earned money.
Okay, Kevin O'Leary is the guy from fucking Shark Tank.
The one that's like clearly in the $1,000,000,000 industry shit.
Yeah.
So
now
I wouldn't be fucking complaining, Kevin.
What? Now he may be looking at arrest record.
Really?
Yep.
So the dude's gonna get arrested.
He might. He might not.
And put it on the FTX platform, and they lost it, in part because of Kevin O'Leary. It's possible that some of the people who lost actual money in FTX, the reason they chose to open up an account at FTX and deposit their money or their crypto there was because of Kevin O'Leary. So rather than pretending to the victim, he acknowledged culpability in helping to prepare.
He shouldn't be accountable for his own shit. He's blaming somebody else for his own fault.
But
he's blaming the person that he quote unquote supported for. But
he should acknowledge culpability in helping to perpetuate this.
But I'm sorry, you lost that money because, or you fricked up and you're blaming somebody else for your own faults. That's not right. Not cool whatsoever.
well, and here's the thing. Kevin O'Leary did a fucking video not too long, and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna get you guys your money back. Don't worry, I'm gonna get every single penny back." Oh, I feel so bad for these guys that lost all their money. Really? But yet you bitch and complain about a fucking deal. God damn. I wish I could meet him to tell him to shut the fuck up. Honestly. I'm sorry, but if you think you're fucking rich and become a millionaire, get the fuck away. Because literally, you're just toxic.
Toxic for the community, just like a certain somebody we told you about.
But it's fucking to the point where, like, oh, I'm gonna get your money back. No, you ain't. You ain't seeing a goddamn cent.
If he was that nice, he would have given everybody, including the people that were, like, in the piss poor part of area that their college fund and shit were just fucking taken from them and shit, you know?
Oh, like I just said, he might be going to jail, he might not. But that is something to discuss about.
Yep, that's why we're doing live right now on Trovo and Twitch through my account, through my Foxblood account. So we might as well do the podcast on my account tonight while we're at it. And stuff, you know?
Right.
You okay, Grizz? Or are you just coughing up a storm over there?
Yep, I'm good.
You good? Okay, good.
But yeah,
Whether he knew it was a scam or not, he was paid to promote a scam. And that was probably one of the reasons he didn't do all the due diligence that he should have. And I think he should have been more forthright when he was publicly talking about how great Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX were. He should have disclosed that he was paid $15 million to express opinion. Also, despite the collapse going on in crypto and Coinbase hitting a new record low, hardcore Bitcoin fanatics remain as enthusiastic as ever.
Peter Schiff also has a word for the state of the U.S. Stocks have struggled in recent days due to some better than expected economic data and more hawkish talk from Fed officials. This has revived fears that the Federal Reserve could make a mistake and raise rates too high and keep them there too long, sparking a recession. In another interview, Peter Schiff said the economy is headed to a financial crisis.
Well, the U.S. economy is an absolute disaster. Thanks to Fed policy over the last decade or so, we have a gigantic bubble. We never had real recovery, but we just had a financial bubble, and we dug ourselves into a much deeper hole than the one the Fed put us in 2008, following the financial crisis that they also created with the same monetary policy that is creating the crisis that we're heading for, which is going to be far worse than what we experienced in 2008. I mean, not only is inflation going to get much worse, and it already is, but we're going to have a worse financial crisis than what we had in 2008. So this is going to be the worst recession that the U.S. has ever experienced. It may even be worse than the Great Depression. It will certainly feel worse for most people because in a depression, at least people got the relief of falling. This time, consumers.
Is that girl from the misplay ads? Yeah, the one where you download the app and earn free gift cards. Yeah.
people are gonna die.
People gotta die due to food and starvation.
From playing games on your phone? Yeah.
Like, they'll have less food to deal with.
Well, not only that, but you're gonna have a lot of fucking people pissing in chat. But
Yep, pretty much. And plus a lot of people stealing just to get by, too. Because I've seen in the Great Depression, there were some people who would steal
Positive
to
GDP,
provide for their family
big improvement in
and shit, you know?
It just wasn't as big as it had orders, thanks to two.
Oh, I am downloading it now.
Strategic consultant for it boosted
But what I don't get is why people would trust one human being for the fact of...
big negative number for Q4 GDP. So we're going to end the year on a low. And I think we're going to have another negative quarter Q1 of 2023.
What do you make of Peter Schiff's interview on Kevin O'Leary? Also, we would like to hear from our audience on what they think of the U.S. government arresting Sam Bankman-Fried instead of first allowing him to testify. Can you concur to the belief?
why? What fucking difference does it make if you arrest the cocksucker before he testifies or after he testifies?
Well, it's the government. You know how some of the government people are
Government?
very corrupt.
fucking listening because I know how you guys are and track phones and shit, but you guys are fucking stupid. How fucking hard is it to get somebody and get them out of one place? Shit. If you're looking at charges, you get locked up for the charges.
Yeah.
Plain simple.
Politicians he generously donated money to. We're waiting to hear you in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.
What difference? What a
Senate Committee holding a second day of hearings of the downfall of cryptocurrency exchange FTX.
Again, Express Business Lab.
Hello.
Hey, you're back. All right, Grizz. Oh yeah, and Roxas, we're going to do the podcast on here on my Twitch, so people can hear us from all over the place.
Got it.
YouTube and Trovo. So we're doing the podcast through my Twitch.
Before fucking anything gets started, I got something to fucking say.
I know.
Say it, Grizz.
Because this is bullshit. Now, I already got on Cheyenne's ass last night, so Roxas, now it's your turn, bud.
Uh-oh.
I'm not doing this to be a dick. But I'm not going to start a podcast if my friends are going to sit there and bite somebody's head off for asking a simple fucking question.
Yep.
Now, either we can do it this way, and apparently I have to be the fucking dick. I hate to be that guy, but apparently I gotta be this person.
Not tonight, you don't have to do, buddy. Because I already learned that lesson yesterday.
I made a comment at one of the last podcasts we did when you two got pissy. I simply said, okay, yes, I understand you guys have rights to get pissy about what? Underfucking-standable. That's not what I'm pissy about. No, that's not what I'm pissed about. What I'm mostly pissed about is when I said that I'm going to act like a viewer and ask a simple fucking question, but yet my two co-hosts are biting my head off.
My apologies.
I apologize myself as well.
I have to be the dick of a friend in order to get a point across because now I'm having to sit here and think of our guests, our viewers, all of this shit. Because what? And I'm going to tell you the same thing I fucking told Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Tell me.
I don't give a fuck how big you are. You're going to let a bitch tell you what the fuck you can and cannot do?
It's called Brill. I just got back from the dentist.
No.
And he says tooth decay.
Honestly, bud.
He told me this last night. He would rather. He says I would be able to
podcast than not to have friends and not have the shit I did for a reason.
Yep.
Because I cannot do this all by myself.
Yeah.
I understand.
That's why I hired you to help me out. Yes, I was the one who came up with it. But yes, I'm not taking the fucking credit by myself.
No, we're splitting it 50-50, like, you know?
Big ass pot right fucking here.
Yep.
But what I'm getting is, what if that was an actual fucking viewer that came in and said, what are you guys talking about?
Then we'll have to answer their question regardless.
But you see where I'm coming from? Getting pissy is not going to do it.
Yeah,
right.
Like, we could have gotten, like, the point where we could have gotten we could have stopped midway on our rant, and then we would have answered their question.
Like I said, I'm not trying to be the bad guy, and I'm not trying to be the person that has to be a dick towards you guys. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm only looking out for the best interests of our viewers and for people that can come in if they're jumping in mid-sentence because they are coming in late.
And then, well, this is what me and Grizz talked about last night. I told him, like, whenever we see a new viewer pop up, or a new, on the view counter it sees it pop up, we'll say, oh, if those of you aren't aware, we're talking about this person, how not to, blah, 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 blah.
I just bought these home organizers off of Amazon.
Because
I've been wanting to order
what if we get a promo deal?
Yeah.
Or what happens if something goes wrong? Or, God forbid, something happens.
Yep.
Say we get a sponsor, you know?
Yeah, like if we get a sponsor in the chat, and then we didn't know who it was, and then I'll ask, like if...
But you know where I'm coming from, it's like, I gotta be the one to sit there and jump the gun on my friends in order to seem like I'm getting a point across.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense because we don't want our viewers or the people that watch us get their heads bitten off because we are, like, upset spaghetti about something. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can understand it completely because now I understand what the point of view of a viewer was because of the fact that you just told me. But the fact is we didn't hear you because of the fact that we were very, very upset and angry, and all we saw was red.
It's the same thing I'm going to tell you I told fucking Shy.
Okay.
Are you seriously going to let a bitch tell you can't do a graffiti artist job?
No.
I'm sorry, but when was the last time I checked you were fucking dating the bitch?
When was the last time?
Never.
Okay, so, question. Why the fuck are you doing what she tells you?
I honestly do not know.
Just simply answer me that.
You got me there.
You got me there as well. I thought when she was our inspiration, but we thought we would lose it. But thanks to you, bro, I might go back to doing that voice acting
I'm sorry,
shit.
but am I the only one that's fucking awake right now?
Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Just because you get told not to do something, are you really gonna fucking do it?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, but unless your mom tells you otherwise, she's not your bitch.
Exactly. Especially when my girlfriend actually says she loves me for my voice acting. That's why she started dating me.
I don't care. You know, the only thing I care about is your happiness. That's all I care about.
That's what my girl said. She says that all she cared about when she started dating me, she says, I love your voice acting and all that stuff. But she said that's why me and her took a break because she saw I was upset for each other. So we took a little break from our relationship until our relationship gets a little bit more stronger. So I said to her, I know, because I feel that way as well.
I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I really don't give a fuck who I piss off tonight.
Well, go ahead, because we're live right now.
I don't give a fuck. But what irritates me and everything is that you guys sat there, and don't get me wrong, okay? Don't sit here thinking I'm making fun of you guys, because I'm not.
Right.
That's far from it.
Yep.
I understand you guys got pissed off and upset. Understandable. But you also got to look at it my point of view, too.
Yeah.
What if that was a viewer?
I would probably be very upset.
Me. Luckily, it was just me. But what I'm saying is, what would have happened if that was a viewer, though?
And a promoter, we would have been screwed. We lost all the viewership, everything.
There it goes, down the drain.
But yeah.
And it's like this.
It's upsetting. It is. It was upsetting for all of us. Well, most of it was upsetting for you, Grizz.
Well, yeah, look at it this way. Not that part.
Not that part.
Look at it this way. You gotta understand where I was coming from, too. I was looking out for the viewers.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna turn off my camera on my thing real quick. A second, so I can actually...
If you guys get pissy, I want you both to look at me. Stop watching TV for a second, Bobby.
Okay.
Hi. I don't care that you guys get pissed, but you're gonna get pissed. Mute fucking shit, please.
We will. Like I told Grizz last night.
Because if I gotta jump on your ass, or anybody's ass, it's game on. Yeah. Like, literally. I hate to be that type of person, but literally, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm looking out for the people.
And he is.
It's hey, people! Fuck!
Yeah.
Like, literally, this is what it is. That's it. That's it. Just, no. There's this magical button. It does that. Hello?
Like a wrist. There's a magical button. It's called the mute button.
Apparently not no more.
There's a magical mute button that mutes yourself when you're angry.
But you see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm joking around with this shit.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm cool, I'm calm. But you also gotta understand where I'm coming from, though, from my point of view as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that I have to be this dick of a friend and get on both your guys' asses.
Hey, you know what? It's
fine.
Understand
where I'm coming from and where I'm looking at.
Now, like, what if that's actually like a promoter or a person that would get us sponsorships and help us? Yeah, that why I would say what me and Roxas did was uncalled for. And to all the viewers out there who are not fully informed what the hell we're talking about, a couple days ago, there was a podcast we did. He and Grizz decided to pretend to be a viewer, and me and Roxas were very upset due to a certain person, and we kind of bit his head off, but technically speaking, he was trying to put it like as a viewer point of view. But
well, and the thing I'm getting across, and apparently it seems like, and like I said, I don't like to be his friend. I really don't.
I know you don't like to be that guy. To be that one person.
Please and chills. Not this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be that person, but I have to call it out like I see it.
He called it out like that fucking fast, Roxas. He called it out real fucking quick.
Not gonna be. But you guys are gonna sit there and be fucking mean to me when I'm pretending to be a viewer to figure out what's going on. That's when the fucking everything went downhill real quick, and that's why I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done." That night, I was like, I was literally about this close from shutting you down, literally.
To be like to the point where he was gonna go through another seizure and shit.
Literally, because that's how stressed I was.
Yeah, and he was on the. I heard him. He was on the verge of tears, and I was like, "Bro, you don't have to be like that."
Oh, but you got to see where I'm coming across. Like, I wanted this to
work for all of us and shit. Yeah,
all of us, not just sit here and we have to have a big ass fucking fight.
Yeah, which I can understand that completely, bro. Like, it should not have happened, but it did, which is upsetting for all three of us. But
yeah, what
the fact is that the fact is that we shouldn't have done that, and I feel deeply regrettable about it.
But when I call it out and say, "Hey, what the fuck is going on?" and shit, and then I have two people biting my head off. All right, then it's time for war.
Well, I never want that war, but
I got pissy with both of you Plus worry about me going into a fucking seizure.
Yeah. And I never want that on you, Grizz. That's why I'm forgot to not keep you in the loop. Because I try to keep you in the loop, but then sometimes I forget because of my rage modes. You know what I mean?
But you also gotta look at my point of view, too.
Yeah.
Like, you sit there, and I understand you get pissy. That's not what I'm pissed about. What I'm pissed about is that nobody decided to take 2 fucking seconds to calm down and say, hey, we're talking about something, I'll fill you in a minute. Or stop it and explain what the fuck's going on and then jump back to the same point where we were just at.
I would have done that, but when I'm angry, I see all this freaking red, man. Like,
yeah, and then has to snap everybody out of it, and I have to be the one who's fucking
has the
pissed.
head upon your shoulders and be like, alright, this has got to be, like, the place where we stop for a second, take a back step, and try to relax.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's, for me, I would love to do that. But when I'm in one of my rage modes, I get really, really, really in the red zone. Like, how pissed am I? And shit.
It's setting. Upset.
Yeah.
She's killing me.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's a Sandlot. She's killing animals.
Good news, though, Grizz and, Roxas.
By the way, you're fucking killing me, Smalls.
What's up?
You're fucking killing me, Smalls.
How? How is that? Answer that question, please.
Oh.
Guys, walked up, Smalls. You're fucking
Okay.
attacked.
This is my dog. Well, technically not mine, but, you know.
When you're like, I was like, what the hell's going on over there?
I'm being assaulted by kisses.
Assaulted by the kisses of the doggy logo.
Yeah.
Wait, are you in your house?
My brother's house, yeah.
Oh, your brother's house.
Yeah. Ow.
He's being attacked by a dog.
He got attacked by a doggo logo.
Okay, Ghost, get off. Get off, Ghost.
Hey, at least you didn't get helped over a fence by a fucking steer.
By a what?
A steer?
Steer. Oh, you mean a big ass.
Or a javelin.
No, I'm talking about a fucking cow. That's basically a steer that
like a
will.
bull. Like a young bull or something like that.
If you're
a bull or a longhorn.
If you're lucky, you can hop the fence quicker than they can get to you. If you're lucky. Otherwise, you're helped over the fence.
Yeah, if I hop over the fence on time, then I guess they wouldn't do anything. They would just have to stop and just walk away.
I'll be like, Dad. Snort.
Dad was doing fucking dishes one day, and I was walking in to get like a cup of iced tea or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad goes, "Hey, you see that out in the field?" I said, "No, let me come to the window to tell you're looking." Well, after I looked, it was a bag. One of them feed sack bags.
Uh-oh.
Well, the wind blew it into the pasture, so I went out and got it. I didn't get it the first time, but I grabbed it the second time.
Second time, let me guess. The car was getting you.
Launched myself over head first over that fucking gate.
I guess you were lucky.
Yeah, except for the ground sucked.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
When you're trying to get up and you're not realizing you're... Oh, shit! So finally...
Oh, no.
I make my arms big enough to the point where he thinks it's a lot bigger than him. But finally he starts coming running at me again. I just stand my ground. Because it's like, you're going to hit me. But I'm going to take it down with me.
Okay.
Neil say he tried to hit the bag and I missed. I missed him with the bag. So I grabbed the bag and started hauling ass through the bag over the fence and went, whee!
You're like survival, like a fight or flight situation.
House and everybody sitting there dying on the floor laughing. The fuck's so funny? Oh, you got how you launched yourself over the fence.
Wait, you saw that?
Right, Dad, right. Remember that when you need something done next time. I was being a smart ass with my dad about it, though, but I was like, go ahead, let me know when you need something done next time. And your ass is going to be the victim.
Let me see how close is this from going to... Oh, 31 minutes. That's easy. Done. Said that done. Damn. Oh, damn.
What the fuck are you doing now?
Look at the coins on my stream. I got like halfway done. What the hell?
Are you playing that computer game?
Yeah, the app game.
Fucking killing me, Smiles.
It's really fun.
Fucking killing me, Smiles.
I love it.
Fucking kill.
It's fun.
You're still killing.
God damn it, Ford. I don't want to look at cars right now.
Why are we looking at cars?
I don't know. So yeah, our we got a Twitch account for the Fox and Grizz podcast. I gotta show you guys the thing anyway, the new layout and the new icon we got.
Did you get the video I sent you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, at first I was like, oh yeah, how we talked to you that day. Whoops.
But you gotta look at it in my point of view too. We have people that are gonna come in and shit, but if you're gonna sit there and say all that shit because you don't want that in the fucking chat, I'm sorry. First of all, I don't give a fuck who big you are. You have a death in the family.
It's serious.
This might shock you, but
I'm sorry, but I would have been like, time the fuck out. Are you comfortable being in here with us tonight?
Here, let me show you how.
Yeah.
I would have been shown some sympathy, like, I'm sorry, hun.
But, like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, we ain't gonna do that shit in my fucking chat. No. That is bullshit, and whoever does that, you don't need a podcast.
Or a channel. For that matter.
Now, documents unsealed Wednesday in FTX's U.S. bankruptcy proceeding revealed that just before the...
Like, if you're gonna treat your viewers like that, then I wouldn't have a channel. Or one of your longtime viewers, I should say.
Oh, and that's what I'm getting at. It's like
he knew this person.
He knew who it was because he was talking, but still.
When you got a death in the family and you want to say it, and she answered your question. Like the fuck?
Where the hell are you at?
Oh, my mom died. I had to plan a funeral. Simple as that. She answered the question.
But yet he was still getting pissed about it because of the fact that he didn't want that on his fucking channel and shit. I'm sorry. I can tell you right now, that was unfucking called for.
Exactly. And I know there's a lot of people that trauma dump and stuff. I would rather be that person that actually would care for them, or, you know what I mean?
But if you're talking to me about some bullshit between you and your woman, then don't tell me because I can't help you with advice you need.
Yeah, because, you know. Like, I would say, though, like, if you're having trouble with your fiance or something like that, like, if...
That's between you two, not me and everybody else. But if you're going to come in and say you have a death of the family, then that's a different fucking story. But we're not going to sit there and have everybody come in and say, well, we had this or this or this just to start drama. No. Like, if you literally had a death in the family,
then that will be it. We would say, I hope you are okay. Are you fine? Are you alright? Because that's how considerate you have to be with your viewers.
I'm not going to be the one to force you to come in and answer any questions that you don't feel like comfortable coming into. I'm going to state this for the record now. If you have a death in the family or you are going through something, and the only way is to hear a podcast, that's fine. You want to be in it? That's fine. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and force you to do something if
that
you do not
want to do it.
If you want to come in and explain your side of the story and what happened, that's fine. We'll listen. I'll ask questions. Everybody will.
Yep.
But we're not going to sit here and just say, oh, well, you got dumped. You have to come in and tell us why. No.
It'd be like, you got dumped? What happened? I would say what happened, but if you're comfortable with saying what happened, feel free to talk it in the chat.
If you feel comfortable, great. If not, not a big fucking deal. It's not like we're going to sit here and go, all right, motherfucker, give us the answers. No. That's not what we're going to do.
That's what his actions were saying. Like, for real. His freaking wording sounded like he wanted you to answer it now.
I'm sorry, but if that's a close friend and you're sitting there joking, but they tell you you have a death in the family, okay, there's a difference. But you're getting pissy and asking a question, where the hell have you been? And say Roxas comes in, and you and me are just alive. Just you and me, Sean.
Yeah.
Roxas
and I'll be like, hey, Roxas, how are you, buddy? Where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
He says, death of the family.
And I would say, I'll be
Um,
saying like this, I'm sorry, hun. I wish I could help, but if you feel free, you can come on into the chat if you want to. We could talk stuff out and make sure you're okay. Because death of the family is the worst thing ever.
But you're going to sit there and, like I said, I sent you that video because I'm not bullshitting. This is the shit I was talking about.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the right thing to do that did.
A guy who did a podcast, and he asked his friend, where the hell have you been? She typed back, or he, that they had a death in the family.
It was a she.
He gets pissy and opens his mouth and say, well, we ain't going to discuss that shit on my
channel, my stream.
Seriously? How fucking ignorant are you?
He was selfish. Like, even though she was literally answering his fucking questions.
I'm sorry, but if I'm gonna sit here and tell you where the fuck have you been, I'm sorry. No, where that joke is going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you've known who I am for a while, you should know what the fuck I mean of where the fuck you been, buddy. I don't care if you got work and shit you gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't care. I was at work. Yay.
Did you get a promotion? No. Oh.
But you can't just be a fucking
dick about a certain subject that you don't like.
Just because it's a simple fact of somebody came in late and you're pissy about it.
And they wanted you to be informed and shit. Like, for real?
But you're gonna sit there and judge somebody because they have a fucking death in the family and you're gonna be a fucking dick? No.
And you're gonna be an asshole to do that? That's not right. Especially when it comes to a death in the family. A death in the family is a worst thing possible. Especially when I had a death in the family that was important to me. Like, you know, I told you guys about my father figure.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, like I'm getting my point across. It's like, if you guys want to sit there and talk about some of this shit, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we're not going to sit here and try to fucking force, like, PTSD shit on you. No.
No, it's not right. I mean, it's like, as long as you feel comfortable with it, we're okay with it. But if you're not, we're not going to push it. We're not going to push it whatsoever.
But if you're having a bad day or something and we see you pop in and you say hi,
we will make sure that this place is a safe place for everybody.
Because I can guarantee I can make a lot better than both of them combined.
And he can get big to whoever you have beef with. He can be the toughest, meanest son of a bitch ever. And that is a straight up fact, Grizz. You are a mean son of a bitch.
No. I hate to be that type of person, but what?
To protect your friends and protect the people you love, you have to be that person. You have to push to that point. You have to do it because that's how much you care for people.
But it's like, it's not going to be like, oh, well, we're going to do this. Well, no. I did this for this reason. I did that for that reason.
And I did this for this reason. Exactly. We always talk shit out and plan things out. It's nothing like black and white. You can't see shit, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
But as I'm saying, everybody on my Twitch, tonight is going to be interesting. What's up?
Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
He's stoned, basically, Grizz.
I'm not. I'm just petting my dog. Petting the dog. Because he wants attention.
Oh, okay. I was like, your eyes tell different.
And I was paying attention, and I do know and see where you're coming from, Grizz. And, yeah. I mean...
Like, I hate to be the type of person that has to call his friends out on their bullshit. But I have to do it like I see it. Like, I don't want to be that person, but I have to.
Yeah.
And I see you have a reason behind it.
A good reason.
Like, start shit and lose my friends and lose the podcast and shit. No. What I'm getting at is it's like, it's stressful to the point where it's like, and like, you gotta watch what the fuck you say when you come into a podcast. It's like, dude.
People get offended way too easily now.
Talk a lot of shit.
There's a lot of people who get offended really too fucking easily.
That is true.
Like, for some stupid shit like we talked about last night, like about the racial shit, like, you know?
But I'm sorry, I'm gonna repeat myself like I did last night. Are you seriously gonna let a bitch tell you what to do?
No.
For stopping your dreams?
No.
That's what I said the same thing. I said, let some lady ruin your fucking dream job that you wanted?
No, I don't want anybody to ruin my dream becoming a good voice actor like Tara Strong or Rebecca Choquette and a hell of a lot of others I actually adore.
Yeah.
Okay, but still does not answer the question.
The point is I don't let anybody define me as a person, let alone my pursuit of happiness as well.
Dude, your pursuit of happiness is a goldfish and a coloring book.
How is that?
And you should know why I made that reference, because if you've ever watched a Tyler Perry movie or play, you will get the reference I'm making.
Yeah.
That's why I said that reference. Because honestly, no bullshit. There is a fucking play called Medea Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
Before it became a movie.
I'm sorry, but the shit's funny.
It is.
Happy in a corner with a goldfish, a crayon, and a coloring book than to wonder why I'm upset and you're raising hell in my house.
Nice.
Nice. Hey, Grizz. You get on Call of Duty Cold War tonight or no?
I might.
Brandon?
Depends. Double XP weekend? No, it's only that motherfucker.
I got some double AXP tokens.
So do I. Need some more.
That's why we're gonna go grab those tokens that you get for your daily shit. Your dailies give you tokens. Did you not know that?
I still love how she tries to explain a game to me that I have no knowledge of.
Call of Duty Cold War has daily tokens when you complete a daily challenge.
Ow.
What?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Time out? What do you mean time out? What's the matter, Grizz? What's up? What's up? Speak. Wait, you're not a dog.
Is it the same character?
What?
Here's you scream. Scream.
Scream?
Yeah, it's a new one.
The newest one?
3/10/23.
3/10/23?
Yep, for the new Scream movie that's coming out.
God damn it.
I don't know why they gotta fuck with some old school classic movies.
I don't know either, broski.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you look at the old classic, old school horror films versus today,
yeah.
If you look at some of these horror films, these are based on true fucking stories.
Scream is always about the murder case of the person in a costume and shit.
Yeah. Always shoot him right in the fucking head, he'll die. I don't understand why everybody's got to aim right here.
Well, that's where your heart is and shit.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna die if I get shot right here wearing a vest underneath the fucking cloak.
True. Because all you know, he could be a fucking ex-military man.
I'm sorry, but if you're in a horror film and you shoot somebody in the dead center in the chest, and there's no blood coming out, body armor, aim for the head.
But it'll be 2 seconds too late right afterwards because you'll be dead in seconds because he came running at you.
Not if it knocks the wind out of you.
True.
Because you can still get the wind knocked out of you. Because I've asked my uncle. I said, is it true if you get hit by a vest? I said, just out of random curiosity, is it true if somebody gets hit in the vest of a bulletproof vest, does it knock the wind out of them? Oh, yeah.
Wait, isn't your grandfather a police officer or an uncle?
My uncle detective before he decided to go down to Tennessee, which they left.
Oh, that's real neat.
Oh, I was hoping to see my cousin, but I didn't get to see him.
Oh. Well, is
he
he coming around the holidays? Usually they go around the holidays, right?
Well, he's in the gonna be at the White House and shit.
Wait, White House? What the hell for?
Because my cousin went to the U.S. Army and joined up.
Oh, just like your brother with the Marines, right?
I don't know. But anyways, he went and joined up and did all the shit that they told him to do. Yeah. So now he's got a job working as a security guard at the White House.
Oh, so
or Secret Service.
Secret Service is
I'm
the
talking
best.
about the guys that wear the whole fucking uniform bullshit. You open the door, and if you see lightning strike, you go inside. Like the one guy that got freaked out by the lightning.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm sorry, but the guy was at full attention. You know?
Yeah.
You could see the fucking bolt of lightning. It didn't even touch the guy. You could just see it in the background. He goes, nope.
Yep.
Slap.
He tries to walk out the door. He's like, oh, hell no.
He was literally outside the door.
I mean, when you think about it, your safety is priority as well, even though when you are protecting the president.
I don't give a fuck if I get hit by a tree. I still know I can fire one.
No, you can't shoot lightning. You can't kill lightning.
That's not what I'm saying. What I said was, I can be struck down by a fucking tree and not give a shit. But I still know I had fucking firewood.
That is true. You got firewood, you got everything.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you see this fucking bolt, huge ass, no joke, literally, a big ass fucking bolt. But all you see was the flashes. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Don't turn down and then you heard it.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. But I felt bad for that guy because it looked like he had to go clean his shorts.
He shot it himself.
I think he did after a while.
I think he's like, what's that smell? Oh shit, I sharted.
Because he looked like, nope, I'm fucking done.
He's like, that one song, nope. Yep. Nope.
Bobby.
Yeah.
You heard of Shark Tanks, correct?
Heard of Shark Tanks?
Yes.
Shark Tanks, like the TV show.
Stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, and find inventions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, one of the characters, Kevin O'Leary, he might be getting arrested now.
Oh, for what? What did he do?
You remember FTX bullshit?
Oh, yeah.
Get this. No bullshit.
He got paid by FTX for promotioning it.
Oh.
Not only that, but he lost $15 million and he's pissed.
And
he lost 15 mil.
But he's like the richest guy in the fucking community of that shit. So I wouldn't be bitching and complaining.
Fucking billionaire, just chump change.
To a billionaire, that's a chump change. Just like, here's $1 million, here you go.
Like $15 million. Oh, I'm getting everybody their money back. No, you ain't. You can't see it. You can't even touch it.
You can't even do shit. Like, for real.
Stop. Not you, I was talking to my dog.
Oh,
but
you were telling him to stop? Okay.
Yeah.
He was trying to come at you again.
Ghost, that's enough.
That's adorable.
I don't want him drinking too much water, otherwise he'll throw up.
Yep.
What?
He can't drink too much water, otherwise he'll throw up.
Kevin O'Leary, what the fuck do you got to say?
Wait, Kevin O'Leary just posted something?
But that's my personal opinion. That is what Sam...
Oh, get fucked, bro.
Are you watching the news or YouTube news?
Massive, unregulated...
Oh, that's the only way I can get my news. Because I don't have cable.
You don't have cable box. Okay, never mind. You get that point because, yeah, cable boxes are fucking expensive.
I got rid of my... Because I couldn't afford to pay fucking cable and internet.
That's why you just got the Internet Essentials stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's why I bought the internet.
Sure. But that's my personal opinion. That is what Sam Bankman-Fried told me in terms of where the assets went. Why should we care? See, I'm a shareholder. You tell me the two largest shareholders. That's I want a Madoff clawback. Maybe
He in his earlier sentiments that cryptocurrency exchange Binance and its founder were largely responsible for the collapse of the now bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange FTX. The Canadian venture capitalist offered this skewed hypothesis on Tuesday while testifying at a congressional hearing on the FTX collapse. When asked what he thinks led to the exchange's tumultuous collapse, O'Leary mentioned that the chief executive billions of dollars trying to buy out Changpeng Zhao's shares in FTX. SBF and FTX problems getting operating licenses because they were linked to Binance. But this sympathetic theory has too many holes in it. For instance,
I'm sorry, but you guys can hear the shit I'm hearing, right?
Yep, I hear it loud and fucking clear.
Yeah.
Except for that.
Except for that you're coughing up a storm, poor little lad.
No.
To consider the SBF and Alameda Research isn't firm.
No.
There have been extremely disturbing reports of palatial mansions in the Bahamas for FTX and Alameda executives and even the executives of connected firms. As CEZ stated in a tweet while replying to O'Leary and FTX allegations.
Oh. No.
4 is worse than 15 million. You'd think of that being used as a poster child for one of the greatest financial crimes of history would make Kevin O'Leary TV think twice before talking Sam at his world again. But clearly not based on his appearance on the show.
The former crypto billionaire is solely responsible for the top limit of his multi-billion-dollar crypto empire. He ran the exchange like the personal coffers and watched as the executives at Alameda, including his ex-girlfriend Carolyn Ellison, reportedly gambled away billions of dollars in clients' funds. In addition, Binance is licensed to operate in several regions of the world, which defeats O'Leary's description of it being a completely unregulated exchange looking to take out a rival by hook or crook. It is also important to mention that O'Leary received around $15 million to become FTX's spokesperson last year. He lost most of that money in the collapse, but surprisingly remains convinced that SBF had almost no blame. His comments are also eerily close to what the disgraced former billionaire would have told Congress had he not been arrested in the Bahamas just a day before the congressional hearing. According to an exclusive transcript obtained by Forbes, SBF planned to blame CZ and every other person but himself for the collapse of FTX. We will now take you to the hearing. But before we do, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks and enjoy the video.
Let me ask you directly. You're an investor in FTX, and I know you've spoken frequently with Sam Bankman-Fried over an extended period of time. Why do you believe FTX failed?
I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. After my accounts were
I have had a couple loved ones that passed away because of cancer. My wife, she was diagnosed in 2013. My dad had 57 weeks of chemo treatment. One of my best friends passed away at the age of 27 with cancer, and it forever changes how that individual and their families are going to live going forward. Cancer stops for no one. It was very first. I just didn't know what was going to happen to me.
We really felt like the sky had fallen. Cancer doesn't just impact the child, which is why we are trying to help bring these kids home.
You can only be optimistic when you see the kids, their resilience, their strength. It's really quite remarkable. They're a real source of inspiration.
RBC is funneled in on MSK because they are one of the cancer treatment centers in the world.
Patients came to me and they have a hope. They have a hope because of these doctors.
Future, very important to us. So long as any cancer patient I know, if an adult or a kid is fighting, I'll fight it.
That's really what we hope to achieve, is to one day reach a point where no child dies from cancer.
stripped of all of their assets and all of the accounting and trade information. I couldn't get answers from any of the executives in the firm, so I simply called Sam Bankman-Fried and said, "Where is Sam?" He said he had been refused access to the servers. I said, "Okay, let's step back. This is a simple case in my mind of where did the money go?"
Hey.
And I said, "Back 24 months. Tell me the use of proceeds of the assets of your company. Where did you
50-something cents to $1.23.
Okay.
So I did pretty well last night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch it up to a different game. So I'll be right back. I'm going to switch it up.
the last 24 months, the repurchase of his shares from
Switch it up so everyone can see.
the time that at some point he or Binance, who runs Binance, purchased 20% ownership in Sam Bankman-Fried's firm for seed stock. And then, over time, and I asked him, what would compel you to spend $2 billion was the number he was giving me at that time. Later, in a subsequent conversation, about 24 hours later, he told me it could have been as much as $3 billion to buy back the shares from CZ. I asked him, what would compel you to do that? Why would you keep your assets on your balance sheet? And why would you offer this to just one shareholder? Every time we went to get licensed in different jurisdictions, because you must understand the prize of crypto is to get regulated. For all the talk we say about Bitcoin, no institution. I work for the sovereign wealth and pension plans. They don't touch this stuff because it's unregulated. Between these two, I call them frenemies, because they obviously were potentially the two largest shareholders in the firm. agreement. They had a falling apart. Apparently, according to Sam Bankman-Fried, CZ would not comply with the regulators' request in these different geographies, these different jurisdictions, to provide the data that would clear them for a license. He withheld it, according to Sam Bankman-Fried. The only option the management and Sam Bankman-Fried had was to buy him out at an extraordinary valuation of close to $32 billion, less apparently a 15% discount. That stripped the balance sheet of assets. You ask me why it went bankrupt? Go to the last week. All of a sudden, in social media, CZ is asking for another $500 million. He wants to do a block trade of FTX, or the proprietary token of FTX. Wants to convert it back to fiat. Why would you put that out there? You know it's going to push down the pressure. It's going to push down the value of that coin dramatically. That's exactly what happened. Every trader knows if you have a large block trade, you go negotiate a clearing price with other buyers and you do the transaction. In my view, my personal opinion, these two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grow these incredible businesses in terms of growth.
I call bullshit.
And one put the other out of business intentionally. Now, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with love and war. But finance is a massive, unregulated, global monopoly now. They put FTX out of business. Now, lots of other reasons, I'm sure. But that's my personal opinion. What Sam Bankman-Fried told me in terms of where the assets went. Why should we care? Single reason. I'm a shareholder. You tell me the two largest shareholders do a transaction together, that's a related party transaction. I'm not sure that's okay. Maybe I want a Madoff clawback on those proceeds. Maybe I want to pursue this.
Do you agree that FTX customers and perhaps your own investments would have been better off if FTX had complied with the existing regulation we have that barred brokers from trading with customer funds?
Absolutely. But they were not compelled to do that because they were unregulated. I think the model will not work. There are examples of how regular exchanges that are attached to broker-dealers have worked. You only have to look up to Canada, the OSC order, where bid-buy wallets are controlled. They limit the number of tokens. They limit the margin. They limit the lending. They do an exhaustive test of proof of reserves. And that's just the rules they implemented that they just copied from their own exchange. And we need to do the same thing here. It works. It's been proven to work. There's millions of Canadians that have accounts that are working under a very strict regulatory environment. We can implement the same.
O'Leary had much to say about.
Wow, he's looking to, he's blaming the other fucking
shareholders
at Binance. He's pointing the finger at Binance.
Oh,
Kevin O'Leary's pointing the finger at Binance for the FTX crash and the Senate testimony.
wow, okay.
So basically he's saying that he's pointing the finger at Binance. I don't know, I just said it earlier. Binance. At Binance, but yet you're not looking at the one main problem.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did all that money go?
Exactly.
And the collapse, but little about FTX's fraudulent business practices. Hopefully, the courts will be able to separate these tall tales from the actual events that caused the collapse of the exchange and 130 affiliated firms. While the venture capitalists' role in criminal culpability, if any, is yet to be decided by the courts, he is still a firm believer in the potential of the cryptocurrency industry. During the hearing, he appealed to the House to establish adequate bipartisan regulation for the industry to avoid future multi-billion-dollar collapses.
In 2017, I was a public critic and skeptic of crypto and blockchain technology. As the global regulatory environment began to open up in 2018, I began to invest. Now I am a shareholder in multiple companies involved in crypto technology, including WonderFi BitBuy, the largest and first regulated broker-dealer crypto exchange in Canada, Immutable Holdings, a developer of NFT technology, and Circle, the company that brought USDC stablecoin to market. I've also invested in multiple crypto tokens, infrastructure with blockchains. I am of the opinion that crypto, blockchain technology, and digital payment systems will be the 12th sector of the S&P within a decade. Many of these technologies are going to disrupt the existing financial services sector with faster, more efficient, more productive, and more secure ways of investing, paying, transferring, tracking assets. As you're aware, Bitcoin, a store of value, is not a coin. It's software. It's software. Blockchain is software. In the last 30 years, every American enterprise has driven major efficiencies using various versions.
I'm sorry, but you all heard the same shit I just heard like 2 seconds, correct?
Yep.
Bitcoin is software. Everything else is software. One thing he did not say, FTS.
I heard him.
So, he's blaming everybody else for this shit, and it's not true.
Everyone else but his fucking self, which is not cool.
The potential of these crypto technologies is astronomical in scale. In August of 2021, nearly 3 years after I started allocating capital to the crypto sector, I entered into an agreement with FTX to be a paid spokesperson. I was paid approximately $50 million for the services, plus approximately $3 million for the portion of the remaining amounts. Approximately $1 million was invested in FTX equity and approximately $10 million in tokens held in FTX wallets. The equity is now most likely worthless, and the accounts have been stripped of their assets and, interestingly, financial records. I've written them all off to zero. Because I was a paid person, I never invested any capital partners or FTX. The capital loss was from an operating company that I had 100% ownership in. I'm using my own capital to pursue record recovery of the FTX accounts so I can do a forensic audit. This situation will be discovered by following the transaction trail. I've applied for membership of the Creditors Committee in connection with the bank because I feel obligated to, on behalf of all stakeholders, and believe my perspective of this situation is helpful to the other members. Perhaps nothing new. All the 6 months holders. In the long run, it does not change this. Enron came and went, had no impact on the energy markets. Bear Stearns, Lehman had no impact on the long-term potential of American debt and equity markets. I'm only one of many investors that have experienced this loss. However, this changes nothing in terms of the potential of crypto. In fact, the recent collapse of crypto companies has a silver lining. This nascent culling its herd. Going or gone are the inexperienced or incompetent managers, weak business models, and rogue, unregulated operators. Hopefully, these highly publicized events will put renewed focus on implementing domestic regulation that has been stalled for years. Other jurisdictions have already implemented such policies and are now attracting both investment capital and highly skilled talent. In the U.S., we are falling behind and losing our leadership position. I understand why many leaders in the banking industry are open skeptics, calling for the banning of these new crypto software technologies. Disruption is always uncomfortable at first, and entrenched businesses abhor new competition. But it's been proven time and time again that disruption is absolutely necessary in advancing the economy. There is the risk of investing in crypto, and then there's also the risk of not investing in it and letting others accrue its benefits first, essentially giving them a competitive advantage that could be very difficult to capture. We need to clear policy and regulation for the crypto industry, its entrepreneurs, its developers, and its users. Congress should start by passing bipartisan legislation that creates a sensible regulatory framework for digital stablecoins backed by the U.S. dollar. Why? A well-regulated stablecoin backed by the U.S. dollar and other high-quality liquid assets could become the global default payment system over time. The U.S. dollar already denominates the price of oil and other commodities, Why not everything else? What could be more bipartisan than this? Let me close with this. We need to get to the bottom of FTX collapse causes to abandon the great promise and potential of crypto.
As he stated during the DealBook Summit, SBF maintains that U.S. is solvent and client funds are locked up at the behest of new Chief Executive Officer John Ray and his team. He has also stated in tweets and interviews that him and influenced the bank run that caused the collapse. What do you think about these claims? Would FTX have survived without these tweets that Binance was selling off its FTT tokens? Please drop your reply as well as thoughts on O'Leary's testimony in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry, but anybody else thinking he's going to commit fraud again?
Who?
Who knows?
Kevin O'Leary.
I would say he was gonna predict. I'm gonna predict it now. Yes.
Well, you put your time and energy in your spokesperson, you get 15 mil plus 3 mil on top of that for tax shit. Okay, where the fuck is that gone?
Yeah.
Lay's are made from real potatoes from over 100 states in America. There's here and here.
Stay back, kids. They're doing another map commercial for Lay's. For real potatoes.
But you gotta see my point of view too. But like, you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do all this, and I'm gonna do an investigation." Right. So you're gonna tell us it's fraud too.
They should.
I'm gonna laugh when I'm having O'Leary's face when he finds out it's fucking fraud. But why wouldn't you have an account to back up that account, to back up that other account? And you even heard him, where the hell are the spreadsheets?
Yeah.
There is none. Why the fuck not?
There should be.
I'm sorry, but if you're bringing in shit ton of dollar, you should have a fucking list of what the fuck that money is in, what it's doing.
Yeah.
And not that, but check the vendors to see if they're happy.
No.
Like, really? Like, no, we're just gonna steal your guys' money. Fuck you.
Not fucking cool, man.
You see it? Like, damn.
I don't mean to break the subject, but we are doing the podcast, right?
We're going to. I'm gonna try to see if I can actually get it done, but I'm going to stop my stream on Twitch so I can actually sign in to the other account with the podcast account.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop the Twitch for a minute. So guys who are unaware, I'm gonna go to a different Twitch, so we'll be right there. See you guys.